Debut albums are a chance artists only get once, and an opportunity mostly used for knowledge and growth. However, some artists are able to knock it out of the park on their debut studio album, making a project that holds its own to this day and in some cases is considered legendary. Today, I'll be listing my 7 favorite debut albums of all time, discussing why they're so good, and also mentioning their position on my top 30 favorite albums of all time list. Let me also mention that this is only rap albums because there's a couple non-rap debuts that I equally love, but I want this video to be about one genre.
And all my baby pictures, beef with housing police, release scriptures that's maybe Hitler's, yet I'm the mal money getting.
Since I'll be going in chronological order, the first rap album up is Illmatic by Nas. Released in 1994, Nas's debut defied the stereotypes of 90s rap. The project consisted of 10 tracks, but still came in at over 40 minutes long. It should be considered a crime to have a list of the best debut albums of all time without Illmatic. Some people even consider it to be the greatest rap album of all time. The song The World Is Yours made an appearance in my 69 favorite songs of all time video. The thing that I find the most surprising and relieving about Illmatic is the variety. Many great 90s rap albums, such as Wu-Tang Forever and Life After Death, are very good, but often can get repetitive with beats and flows, where Illmatic doesn't. Illmatic is number 19 on my favorite albums of all time list.
Black, stay in the zone, turn H2O to cognac on Doomsday, ever since
The second album on this list is Operation Doomsday by MF Doom. I want to put a warning for an unpopular opinion, because this is my favorite Doom album. I listened to Mad Villainy and Food before this, and I felt that they either didn't have a ton of spark or felt unfinished and messy. I do still want to make it clear that I liked both of them and love some songs. But when I listened to Operation Doomsday, it gave me the same messy feel as Mad Villainy, but the beats and flows felt much more clean and smooth, with a lot of instrumentals that I enjoyed a lot. This really got me into Doom, and now I feel much more inspired to re-listen to the rest of his work. This project is number 11 on my favorite albums of all time list. The first album on this list from the 21st century is The College Dropout by Kanye West. This was my favorite Kanye album for a long time, and I felt a connection to it. Sure, it can get a bit messy and often wanders away from the storyline, but it has many of Kanye's classics. I often revisit many songs, such as Slow Jams, Through the Wire, School Spirit, and We Don't Care. However, the biggest problem with this album is filler. There's a couple too many skits in it, and a couple songs that don't seem to add very much. However, it's a great album which won the Grammy Rap Album of the Year. It places number 25 on my favorite albums of all time list. In 2009, Kid Cudi released his debut studio album, Man on the Moon, The End of Day. The End of Day is the first in the Man on the Moon trilogy, and in my opinion, the best. He released the mixtape A Kid Named Cudi before it, which has multiple songs off the album. The album has a storyline which dives into Cudi's battles with depression and drugs. The album displays a beautiful variety of different beats, flows, topics, and sounds. There are only a couple songs that I don't like, but I love songs such as Up Up and Away, Soundtrack to My Life, Day and Night, Sky Might Fall, and TGIF, which is added as a bonus track on the deluxe. It forever changed hip-hop in the way it sounds, and ranks number 9 on my favorite albums of all time list.
in the dark, I'm parked in the middle. I knew my parcels was little. I knew my heart was official. I knew that in my heart that boy was...
The next project is definitely the least popular so far. Domogenesis was a member of the collective Odd Future when he released his debut project, Genesis, in 2016. Domogenesis doesn't even have 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which shocks me. I'm a big fan of Mac Miller, so I checked out this project when I found out that Mac was featured on it. I was very surprised with my first listen, and it's only grown on me with more listens. He mixes up many styles and has plenty of features from big names such as Mac Miller, Anderson .Paak, Tyler the Creator, Wiz Khalifa, and many more. My favorite song is Coming Back, and this album is my 13th favorite of all time.
Honestly, I gotta tell you, I ain't really tryna do nothing but for your love.
Long before I was in the process of making this video, I was recommended a song called Let Go by Houston rapper Aaron May. I listened to it and enjoyed it, but never really gave it another thought. Months later, while writing and recording this video, the song came up on my playlist. I enjoyed it again and decided to give the album that it's from a listen. The album was called Chase, released in February of 2019. As it went through the tracks, I kept loving every single song and being even more surprised by the next. I was shocked when it was finished and learned this was his debut project. Aaron has under 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which once again surprises me. Over the course of this project, the production remained very solid, which he did most of by himself, which always makes me like an artist more. However, the production did not outshine Aaron. He certainly isn't the best lyricist, but I wouldn't expect that from him, given that he was 19 when he released this. Aaron's versatility as a rapper is crazy. He can perfectly sing a hook to get stuck in your head, and in the same song effortlessly flow over any beat with precision. This album checked many boxes for me. It jumped its way all the way up to number 5 on my all-time list, and will probably climb with more listens. I'm very tempted to make a special video for this album.
Cheated and stared in Cordae's eyes. This is lyrical exercise. Told my idols to step aside.
In 2019, Cordae released his debut album, The Lost Boy. Cordae was known as YBN Cordae at the moment because he was part of the YBN rap group before they disbanded in 2020. This sound took Cordae away from the trap sounds he had previously used in the group mixtape called YBN The Mixtape. Also, if you want to know what YBN stands for, look it up because I can't say it. This album is full of songs that are very reminiscent of J. Cole, packed full of soul beats with very good lyricism. He was able to get features from senior rappers such as Pusha T, Meek Mill, Chance the Rapper, and more. He was also able to get production from J. Cole himself. My favorite track is Thanksgiving, and this album is my 6th favorite of all time. I might be releasing a whole video diving into this album soon. I thinned this list many times, and I love every single one of these projects. For Cordae and Aaron May, these are their only projects so far, and they should have follow-up albums coming this year, which I want to do a reaction for. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.